What's going on, everybody? Matt Heininger here from Matt and Wasp Sports Guys from the North Side on Hawkstream Radio at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. I'm coming to you today because I've waited all season to do this, and now, considering that Mark Sanchez has officially been benched and the 2012 New York Jets playoff hopes are officially gone, I figured this would be the perfect time to talk about the pathetic performance the Jets have given us this season and the sad future of this putrid franchise. Now, this is something that I did not think I could fit in a 140-character tweet. I didn't want to make this a Facebook status, so I'm coming to you with some sort of a podcast. I apologize for the bad audio. I don't have a microphone. But at the same time, we're going to look back at this team. We're going to look back on these players, these coaches, and look at 2012 as one of the saddest years in the history of the New York Jets. The team has been a punchline since they brought in Tim Tebow. They have not used him properly whatsoever. Bringing him in obviously destroyed Mark Sanchez. I've never seen a quarterback deteriorate so badly as I've seen Mark Sanchez deteriorate this season. We're talking about a guy who in 2009 and 2010 was a good quarterback. In 6 road playoff games, had 9 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions, and 95 quarterback rating. The guy was big time. Last year, I know the Jets went 8-8. They were 8-5 at one point. They collapsed down the stretch. I know everyone loves to blame the quarterback, but he did have 32 touchdowns, second in the AFC. The guy wasn't awful. The talent around him fell off, and we all know it continued to fall off this year. This season, the Jets' offensive talent around a fragile-minded quarterback was absolutely a fireable offense for not only Mike Tannenbaum, but everyone in that front office. I'm talking about a team that Marty Gilliard, Clyde Gates, Chaz Schillings, these guys are playing significant reps at wide receiver. The Jets were so desperate, they bring back an old fan favorite, including mine, Braylon Edwards, a guy who is obviously not healthy. He keeps getting cut by every team he goes to. A guy that called the front office idiots 2 weeks ago. They bring this guy in last week. He's a starting wide receiver for them last night on Monday Night Football. The running backs, Sean Green, the Jets are 2 years too late. We know the guy is not a starting running back. He's a quality change of pace backup, but in his 2 years as a starter, he's been underwhelming. Joe McKnight, the guy's fast. He can't hang on to the football. The guy was supposed to replace Leon Washington. It's been 3 years. We're all still waiting. The only viable receivers that Sanchez had this season, Santonio Holmes goes out in week 4, done for the season. Dustin Keller is arguably his favorite target in his career. The guy has missed so many games, and even when he's played, he hasn't been a difference maker. They draft Stephen Hill, who I like, has got talent, but everyone knew leading into that draft, this is a guy who's played in a triple option offense. He's going to need time. Don't play him right away. Don't expect results his rookie year. What did the Jets do? They make this guy a starting wide receiver on the team. Jeremy Curley is a good player, but for him, for the majority of the season, to be the number 1 option on the Jets is embarrassing. And that's not a detriment to Curley. That's an the wide receiving core is arguably the worst in NFL history. It's one of the worst I can remember. And it's even more pathetic how Tony Sparano has managed that offense, especially Tim Tebow. All Tim Tebow has been this year is a guy who's disrupted rhythm. When Sanchez had anything going, Tebow would usually ruin it, whether it be a couple plays, and then you put Sanchez in on a 3rd and 7, or it be last night an entire drive. Sanchez had the first 2 drives of the game. He's looking good. The first drive leads him down the field. Jeff Cumberland dropped the touchdown. He should have had it. The second drive, the Jets they do get a couple first downs. They end up punting. And then what do? Tim Tebow comes in for an entire series. And as I'm watching the game, people around me, I said, watch Mark Sanchez's rhythm be completely destroyed by this. He's going to come in and throw a pick. And what does he do on the very next play? He comes in and throws an interception. The first of 4. Later on in the game, Sanchez hits Curley for 12 yards. He hits Cumberland for a 20-yard completion. The only really momentum he had after the first quarter in that game was on those 2 completions. And what do the Jets do? And thankfully, John Gruden called him out for it. They bring in Tebow. Tebow fumbles the ball, and there goes all your momentum. And then we all know late in the game, Sanchez, the Jets are at their own 7-yard line. They get all the way down to the Tennessee 25, and he throws an interception off of his back foot into triple coverage. We're talking about a 4-year starting quarterback. who, believe it or not, has 10 fourth quarter comebacks, has 12 game-winning drives in his career. Doesn't have many this season, but he's got them on his resume, and last night the guy looked like he never played in the NFL in his entire life. He has deteriorated to the point where it's embarrassing to watch him. I blame him. I mostly blame the organization. They're the perfect example of how not to raise a franchise quarterback, which gets me to my next point. If the Jets look like they're officially done with Sanchez, he'll be on the team next year because he makes a lot of money and it's guaranteed, but he will not be the starting quarterback. But it brings me to my next point. If the Jets plan on drafting a new quarterback in April, then Rex Ryan and his staff have got to go, because they have shown they have not only no idea how to manage Mark Sanchez, they have no idea how to manage quarterbacks in general. A couple minutes ago, they announced Greg McElroy is going to start. Greg McElroy, 3 weeks ago, leads the Jets to victory, comes from behind, wins the game. Then he's inactive for 2 weeks. Now he's the starter. The Jets have butchered these three quarterbacks probably worse than any team I can remember. It's been a constant circus this season. Now, the circus was fun in 2009, 2010 because we were winning games. We were one of the NFL's elite teams. And now, not only are we not a playoff team, we're a joke. We're a joke with a angry fan base and a pathetic future. The Jets are... Things are going to get a lot worse before they get better. The salary cap is going to kill us. Mike Tannenbaum has made horrific decisions across the board. We all know he needs to go. Are they going to draft a new quarterback? Hey, they picked the wrong year. Andrew Luck and RG3 were a year late. Now we're going to have to settle for guys maybe like Geno Smith, Tyler Wilson, Tyler Bray, Matt Barkley. Nah, there's not much there. I don't know what the Jets are going to do. There's a lot of decisions that got to be made. I thought the New England game was bad on Thanksgiving. The butt fumble game, as it is now known to Jet fans. It was worse last night. With your season on the line. And it wasn't just the Jet fans were mad that they lost because it eliminated them from the playoffs. No Jet fan honestly thinks his team is a playoff team. But it's not that. It's that last night was a microcosm of the entire embarrassment that this organization has become. And as they've done so much in their history, they've given their fans hope. Looks like they're building something with a new coach and new quarterback. And look at us. Only a few years later, and we got to start the whole thing over. I'm Matt Honegger. Thanks for listening.